How's it going, Geometry Cats? Today we're going to look at 10.1, areas of parallelograms and triangles. Okay, we got two formulas you gotta learn. Number one, area of a rectangle. Area of a rectangle is, you take your base, you times your height. That's your area. Okay. Second one is area of parallelogram. You take your base and you times your height. Notice here, height is not actually the length of one of your sides. Your height is the distance from the top 90-degree angle to the bottom. So what's basically saying is your rectangle to your sides. If I slant it and keep the same height, I'm not changing that space in between, right? So either way, it's base times height. Okay, and your height, see, for a rectangle, your height's already 90 degrees. Your side's 90 degrees to your bottom. Okay. And here's just something showing you that your altitude is always 90-degree angle from the top to the bottom. Top to the bottom. Doesn't matter how you rotate around, you get the same answer. You trust me? Good. Okay. So they're both base times height. So let's find the area of each of these parallelograms. Okay. For this one, I have my base. Okay. Now, is my height 4.5 or 4? Well, 4.5, that's more of a slant height. That's not perpendicular to the bottom. But 4 is perpendicular to it. So this is my height. So I go 5 times 4 is 20 inches squared. Okay? You're going to tickle your nose. It is. Got it. Okay. Now here, I have my base, right? Now my 4.6 is not my height. It's that angle. My 3.5 is my height. So I go 2 times 3.5, which is 7 inches squared. That's all there is to it, guys. That's it. That's just almost this whole section. I'm leaving. Yeah, I'm back. I gotta teach you more. You have a parallelogram with sides of 15 and 18. The height corresponding to the 15 centimeter base is 9 centimeters. What is the height to the 18 centimeter base? So we gotta draw a picture here, guys. Here's my parallelogram. Now they say 15 and 18 are my sides, right? Okay. And they say the height corresponding to the 15 is 9. What they're looking for is if you were to draw the height. Bear with me for a second, guys. I'm going to get tricky. Say I took this whole thing and I rotated it. So 18 was my base. What they're asking for is, what would this height be? It's a tough one. So here's what you do. Your area equals base times height, right? Now we know the area of this thing. When we use 15 as our base, 9 is our height. Okay, I should color code. So it's 15 times 9, which will let me use my handy dandy calculator. 135 centimeters squared. Okay. Now, if I set my area for 18 as my base, I have to find this height. Well, my area was 135 from up above, so I can divide that by 18. I get my height is 7.5. If I use the other side. Okay? Okay? Okay. Here's what I want to show you. I'm going to give you the triangle formula soon. Well, you notice you can take any triangle, rotate it, boom, parallelogram, right? Look at, well, I'm pointing at the screen, you can't help but boom, right there on the screen. So I can take any triangle, rotate it, and make a parallelogram. Okay? Okay? So it's half the size of a parallelogram. Half the size. That leads us to this formula. A triangle formula for area is 1/2 your height times your base. Because it's half a parallelogram. Okay, put that in your memory banks. 1/2 base times height. Height times base. Doesn't matter. It's commutative. Speaking of jokes, do you know I asked someone the other day if they've ever been bear hunting? Do you know what they said? No, but I've went shooting in shorts before. Okay, so let's find the area of this triangle. 5 inches, foot. So first things first, let's convert this all to inches. We all know 1 foot is 12 inches. Make sure you're using the same units, guys. So my base is 12 inches. My height is 5, because that's a 90-degree angle. Okay? So I set up my 1/2, my base, times my height, plug it into my calculator, or I say 1/2 of 12 is 6. You get 30 inches squared. Okay? That's all there's to it. ACT stuff, guys. It will come up. Ooh. Got it. Okay. Sure? Let's find the figure of this area at the right. Well, it's actually underneath for me. Come on, Mr. Will. So first, we're going to break this up into 2 parts. Our triangle and our square. Well, the triangle formula is 1/2 base times height, right? My base on this piece, well, if this is 6, this will also be 6. So my base is 6. My height is right here, perpendicular, it's 8. So let's see, that's 3 times 8, which is 24 inches squared. Okay? Now the lower one is even easier. It's just my base times my height. It's a square. These are all 6. So it's 36. Add them together and you get the whole thing. 24 plus 36 is 60 inches squared. Done. Hope you guys enjoyed.